Also for you personally. Also for you personally. Since you started to work in artist.
I was trying to find the right academy to paint. And in Holland, the painting was, yeah, you could paint, but there was also video, everything was there. Make something visual. And then I said to the director of the academy in Rietveld, for example, they say, yeah, but don't you have a naked model that they can, you have to draw. I said, they have to draw. So I said to my son, you have to draw, and think whatever you want, read Wittgenstein, but every day make a drawing to nature. And I don't think it's old-fashioned. I think it's a mental process. If you learn to look at a tree, then you will understand the world better. And I think drawing, for example, I say to every dancer I meet, every draw. Drawing is a manuscript of art. It's a thinking process. Even if you can't draw, make drawings. Because it gives you this earth. Yeah, you are much more earthy with that. That's one of my obsessions, I must say. So if you give a student the total liberty, you're a lazy pedagogue, I think. You have to give assignments who are very difficult. They have to learn to do things they don't like also. To see why they don't like it. Even that is interesting. And I feel a lot of very talented young people who start with the approach as, okay, it's a personal project, that after a few years think, what was my personal project again? You can't look every day in the mirror. You have to connect with society on every level. And as an artist, you have another concern as a politician, because I think that art is art and politics is politics. When art becomes politics, it's bad art, I think. It is a different assignment. It's a different assignment, but from a school level, I think, please, as a dancer, respect your body, train, and don't think it's stupid to do a 5-time pirouette. It's not stupid. It's not stupid. So I'm getting more and more conservative on that level. And the rest is freedom. It's a discipline. You have to sit down and write. If you, the writing is almost all my friends, writers that I know very personal. The only way to survive for them is discipline. They stand up in the morning at 7. They start at 7:30 to write, and they stop at 1 every day. They all have a very rigid system, because if you don't do that, this lonesome project is killing you. If you don't force yourself into discipline. And that's what you also can learn, I think, in academy, to have discipline. Don't think you have to go as a student every night to get drunk totally, and the next day to be in shape. It's not possible. And that's for a writer also. I mean, there are some exceptions who are always drunk when they wrote, but I think it's still, alcoholic writers, maybe they would be better when they wouldn't drink, when they would drink less. You don't know that, you know. But so it is a lonesome thing, writing. So the discipline is there, and then when I start, the moment I'm in it, until the end, when it's finished, I don't know how I do that. I never know why I've written it. It's, you know, I think art starts after philosophy, in a way that a philosopher stops where an artist starts. An artist starts on a level of hysteria. And that's why some philosophers became artists, like Nietzsche and Wittgenstein, but they became crazy. Because they went into the level of hysteria. But there were no artists. I respect a lot good artists. I think it's very important. I think Michelangelo Pistoletto said it very clearly, the Italian arte povera artist. he's still alive, very, very strong, thinking man. He says the pyramid of society, the higher you are in the pyramid, the more freedom there is. The more freedom there is, the more responsibility you have to take. If there's more freedom without responsibility, then you have dictatorship or whatever. And he said on the top of the pyramid is an artist. And the contemporary artist, he forgets to take his responsibility. That doesn't mean that your art has to become political. But, for example, the presentation of it and the connection with society, that's politics. And it's on all levels that you should think of that. So I write newsletters about political problems and cultural problems. And I started doing so because I was really angry about something. And I wanted to have an interview with the journalist, to have that in the newspaper. They didn't want to do that. So I started to send newsletters on the net, and then also real letters. And it became very popular, I must say. A lot of people read that, and they are published in the States somewhere. All the newsletters, also in Spain, they gathered them all. I said, don't do that, it's just bits of ideas. And then I realized it's okay. They respect that an artist says something else, and then I realized, yeah, that's again that idea, how can you connect with society, talk about society. But I didn't want to do that like radically in my work, so the newsletter is another way, because you have an artist and you have your social person. What I do with my social life is something else that when I do with as an artist. And so the newsletter for me is again a tool to communicate.